We often talk about a woman's independence as this amazing strength, right? A sign of being capable and in control. But what if that same strength, that self-reliance we're so proud of, is actually a barrier? What if it's the very thing keeping us from the connection we really crave? That's what we're going to dive into, how the armor that keeps us safe might also be keeping us alone. Listen to this quote from writer Laura Rossolio. Wow. It hits right at the core of that self-reliant mindset, doesn't it? It's not just a statement, it's a declaration. It's this deep down belief, probably learned the hard way, that no matter what, you've got yourself. You are your one and only safety net. And right there, that's the big question, isn't it? That armor we build piece by piece over years and years to shield us from getting hurt, what if it's also a cage? What if it's keeping out the good stuff too? It's this huge paradox that honestly so many of us are dealing with every single day. Okay, so to really get this, let's look at a real story. We're going to go back to Laura Roscioli, the writer we just heard from, and see exactly how her story unfolded. So you can see how this all builds up over time. It starts pretty innocently, right? As an only child, she learns to be okay on her own. But then, boom, high school hits. A really bad heartbreak teaches her this incredibly painful lesson. You can't always count on other people's promises. That's a huge moment. And from there, it just solidifies. In adulthood, that independence isn't just a trait, it's a shield against getting ghosted, gaslit, you name it. And the real kicker? Now, even in a good, safe relationship, letting that shield down, being vulnerable, it feels like trying to speak a completely foreign language. So, what's really going on here? Is this just a personality type, or is it something deeper? Let's dig into the psychology of it all. Okay, here's a really important term for us, hyper-independence. This isn't just about being independent. Notice the key words here, survival strategy. This isn't something you choose, it's something you learn because your past experiences have basically taught you one thing: trusting other people is risky and self-reliance is the only real option. All right, take a look at these. Do any of them ring a bell? Struggling to ask for help? Feeling like you're weak if you do? Always taking on more, even when you're totally wiped out? The really tricky part is that our society often praises this stuff. We see someone like this and think, wow, they're so strong, so on top of it. But underneath all that capability, there's usually a ton of exhaustion and a real deep down fear of letting anyone get close. Now, this is a really powerful idea. We usually think of trauma as something bad that happened to us. But what if the trauma is about what didn't happen? This is something called emotional neglect. It's when a child's emotional needs just aren't met over and over again. And that absence, that void, can leave just as deep a mark. And this is what it can look like in practice. It's often not dramatic or obvious. It can be super subtle. Maybe your parents were just emotionally distant, or maybe your family just didn't do feelings. A huge one is being praised for being the easy kid, the self-sufficient one. Think about the message that sends. You learn really fast that having needs is a problem and suppressing them gets you approval. So what do? You learn that it's just safer and better to rely only on yourself. And the price you pay for this in the long run? It's huge. Just look at this breakdown. We're talking about serious burnout from trying to be a superhero 24/7. A crushing sense of loneliness, even if you're in a crowded room, and resentment because you see other people asking for and getting help, and you wonder why it's so hard for you. All of this, of course, puts a massive strain on your relationships. So let's talk more about relationships, because this is where things get really complicated. We're about to look at a cycle that basically feeds itself, making the problem worse and worse. Okay, check this out. This is the same situation, but from two totally different points of view. Her internal monologue is, okay, I guess I can't rely on him. I'll just have to do it myself. And what's his? Well, she clearly doesn't need me, so I guess I'll just back off. You see what's happening? They're on completely different planets. They're not communicating, and this misunderstanding just creates this huge, painful gap between them. Let's break down exactly how this vicious cycle works. So, step 1, she takes charge because that's her default mode. Step 2, he feels kind of useless, maybe even rejected, so he retreats. Step 3, and this is the crucial part. His retreat confirms her biggest fear. She thinks, see, I was right. I can't count on anyone. So what does she do? She doubles down on her self-reliance, which, you guessed it, makes him retreat even more. It just goes round and round, getting worse each time. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a tough one. The big question is, how do you get out of that loop?
How can you hold on to your independence and have real intimacy? The goal isn't to become less strong, it's about learning to be strong and connected.
I love this quote from psychologist Laura Lee. Softness and independence are not opposites. This is everything. So many of us think it's an either-or situation. Either I'm strong and I do it all myself, or I'm weak and I need people. But that's just not true. It's a totally false choice. Real deep strength means having the courage to be vulnerable, to let the right people in. And the good news is, you don't have to change overnight. It's all about taking small, baby steps. First, just start to notice when you go into that I got it mode. No judgment, just notice it. Then, try starting super small. Ask for help with one tiny thing. Share one small worry. And this one is surprisingly hard. When someone gives you a compliment or offers help, just accept it. Say thank you. Don't deflect. Each little step helps to rewrite that old programming that says you have to do it all on your own. And please, please remember this. You should never have to make yourself smaller to make someone else comfortable. The right person, a truly supportive partner, isn't going to be threatened by your strength. They're going to celebrate it. They'll see you as a teammate, not a competitor. Your independence becomes part of what makes you two a power couple. So at the end of the day, it's not about giving up your independence. Not at all. It's about being so rock solid in your own strength that you're brave enough to be connected too. Brave enough to lean on someone and let them lean on you. That right there, that's true power.